Hello, YouTube live stream. I'm on here to share what it means to belong to Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm going to be in Ephesians 2:14. What it means to belong to Jesus Christ and not to belong to ourselves anymore, but what it means to belong to Jesus. Okay, that's what I'm on here to share. What it means to belong to Jesus Christ. So thank you for tuning in to this message. Okay, and this is what it means to belong to Jesus Christ. It says in Ephesians 2:13, but now you belong to Christ, and though you once were far from God, now you have been brought nearer to him because of what Jesus has done for you with his blood. For Christ himself is our way of peace. He has made peace between us and the Jews, the Gentiles, by making all of one family, breaking down the wall of enmity that used to separate us. So that's what it means to belong to Jesus Christ. That's what it means to belong to him. And that's Ephesians 2:13. Okay. And this is what it means to be a child of God. Okay. Now I know that Jesus Christ made everybody, but everybody in this world that live in this world have not surrendered to Christ. Yes, God made man and woman in his image, but everybody have not everybody that's living on this planet have not surrendered to Jesus. Nope. So I'm going to Romans 8:14. This is what it means to be a child of God, to belong to Jesus Christ and be a child of God. So it says in Romans 8:14. Romans 8:14. Okay. Romans 8:14. Here we go. Therefore, brother and sisters, we have an obligation, but it is not to the flesh, but according to according to it. For if you live according to the flesh, you will die. But if you live by the spirit, you put to death the misdeeds of the body, misdeeds of the body when you live. For those who are led by the Spirit of God or children of God, and the Spirit you received did not make you a slave so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you received brought you adoption to sonship by Him crying out, Abba, Father. So that's how you know you belong to Jesus Christ. Yes, Jesus Christ made people in His image, but everybody in this world that's living on this planet have not surrendered to Jesus Christ. You can go to church every Sunday. You can know stuff about the Bible, but if you haven't really surrendered your will, Romans 8:14 says those who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. That's what it means to belong to Jesus Christ. That's what it means. When you belong to Him, it's not about you anymore. And you can go to church every Sunday. You can carry the Bible. You can do all that. But if you hadn't surrendered to Him, then you just playing church. Because everybody that's living in this world, He made them in His image. But everybody that's living in this world today have not surrendered to Jesus. Just because they attend church on Sunday, just because they know a couple of scriptures. When you're led by the Holy Spirit of God, Romans 8:14, those who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. It's a lot of people in this world who say, this is my life. This is my life, our life. If you saying that, then you don't belong to Jesus. If you saying that. Because when you belong to Jesus Christ, you don't say stuff like that. If you really belong to Him. Yep. When you really belong to Jesus Christ, you don't go around saying, this is my life. Okay. And it says in Jeremiah 10:23, the people's lives are not their own. It's not your life. But if you still doing stuff your way and you think it's your life, then yes, God made you in his image, but you don't belong to him if you haven't surrendered to him when you really belong to Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm just sharing from the word. But now you belong to Christ. That's what it means to belong to Jesus Christ. Ephesians 2:13 and Romans 8:14. Those who are led by the Spirit are children of God. Those who are led by the Spirit, those who are led by the Spirit are children of God. So you're a child of God when you're led by God's Holy Spirit. When you got God's Holy Spirit on the inside of you, that's how you belong to Jesus Christ. Romans 8:14. Thank you for tuning in. But that's how you belong to Jesus Christ. Bye-bye.